Right. Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Dungeons
Hmm?
Dragons Ice. Well, stuff happened last session, and why don't, no one's volunteering?
I mean, I
Uh,
volunteer ice, but apparently that's not allowed.
I have
Well,
no strong opinions one way or the other. That's just how I am.
Then do it.
will you let the D4 decide? Or will you just pick one among you?
I'll just do it.
Okay.
All right. So last time on Ice, everything has gone horrifically wrong. But what's important is how we got there. So things started off with everyone finally getting back to town. Or, well, that had already happened, but we were kind of just leaving off with Sigurd, trying to figure out if he should talk to Evolution or not, while everyone else in the party was none the wiser. So Sigurd decided to go off, and he ended up talking to. Oh my gosh, I'm actually blanking on his name right now. That feels awful.
Leonidas.
Leonidas, thank you. For some reason, I was thinking it started with an M. But yes, Sigurd and Leonidas had a bit of a chat where Sigurd went and effectively told Leonidas the entire plan that had been set up between the Hallowed Flames and the Expedition Society, as he thought it would have been better to get a third party to help out. As you can imagine, Abolition wasn't too pleased with the idea of Hallowed Flames going about and killing a ton of Pokemon over at the wall. So now Abolition has been considering making their own problems in that mission. As Sigurd went and sort of was following after Leonidas during all of this, he eventually decided to come to an agreement with him, sort of, well, not an agreement, but a very one-sided solution that would involve getting Hallowed Flames to not kill any of the ferals. On his way back, since this had been decided, he ends up running into Pandora, which she'd apparently been leaving town because of one too many pranks, and now most of town apparently was out for her. But on the way back, they both ran into more of Nero's goons, where it ended up sort of turning into a chase and a fight. And it turns out Pandora is actually a copper dragon. So now we have sort of figured out that Pandora and alongside her Rithlonatrix are both metallic dragons, and now she's our roomie. So that's fun. Um, from there, eventually the party ended up finding Sigurd, as he had been out for way too long, and they were getting worried. So we ended up helping Pandora out, had the whole situation explained. She got back, and now she's starting a horde in our cabin. And we decided to end up talking to quite a few of the factions, actually. But the most important thing is we want to talk to Apollo. As you can imagine, that didn't go so well. And it was revealed that we first thought Lisa was just the queen shapeshifting, but no, it's dominate person. And after the whole situation, the bomb, we're now in a weird spot where we're under a bomb threat from Queen. I feel like I ended up skipping up over a lot at the end there. You'll forgive me, but I knew I was taking too long.
Yeah. That's more or less what happened.
Yeah,
You're under a bomb threat right now to hand over the seals, and you seem to have upset Apollo before that.
oh, absolutely. Our
Yeah.
our reputation with the factions is basically shot.
Okay. Well, you can have your inspiration. Use it wisely.
Okay. Hmm. I do apologize for that being so long-winded.
Oh, that's okay. Whatever. It's not homework. It's just making sure you were paying attention. And
Yeah.
you got the long and short of it. All right. This is where you are. You are currently in kind of uh, the station in which the Expedition Society is conducting operations in Calder. You, after revealing Liza as a sort of a host to this dominate person from the Queen, she's still looking around, grappled by Apollo, looking confused, scared. You've got the telepathic message from what you assume is the Queen, telling you to hand over the 2 seals. Only one is in your possession right now, though. You were about to leave the room, Sabrina. I think everyone else is in here. What's your next? The telepathic link is currently with you, Sabrina.
Okay.
Question for everyone else who is not Sabrina. So, how much of this conversation has been actually said out loud?
So, what you have experienced so far is you were invited into the room.
Mm-hmm.
You saw Apollo grapple Liza and her resisting and asking, like, what the hell? What are you doing, Chief? What are you doing? You then heard Apollo say that she told me she's armed with the bomb, or she has gonna use the bomb. And, and I think Sabrina is turning away. That is what you have seen so far.
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
Wait.
Sabrina, where are you going?
We can't just give this thing to her. We can't just let her win.
I mean, us getting
Wait.
blown up's a pretty big win.
Wait, no. She's going to. She's what?
She's threatening to blow up the town if she doesn't get these seals.
Then give them to her. What are you doing?
Look, in your head, you hear this, Sabrina. Look, I have no interest for this melodrama or negotiating with those who don't have any legs to stand on. So I'll let you in on a little secret. I don't even want the bomb. Wanton destruction really isn't my style. I only took it from you because I knew you wanted it and it would make a good bargaining chip. Therefore, I'm going to make it your problem by arming it right now.
Wait. Okay, fine. I'll hand it over.
Very well. You give me the 2 seals, and I'll tell you where it is. And you can have it back and blow up that wall, or use it on abolition, or bomb the ruins to get revenge on me. I'm expecting probably the last one.
She looks over to Apollo and says, she says that she'll give the bomb back if we give the 2 seals to her.
I'll let our friend Apollo know this, too. There's a moment of silence. Should we really take this seriously?
Well,
Yes.
How powerful did you say that bomb was?
1,000 foot radius, equivalent in power to about 10,000 magic missiles.
We don't even know where it is right now and if it's in town.
Actually, I'm going to ask our friend Apollo another thing. I'm going to ask him if he could perhaps give me some gold, because there's going to be some celebration going on at the ruins, and I want the Expedition Society to pick up the tab. That's when you see Apollo thinking.
I see.
And his expression, it's already looks pretty grim, but now it's dowering even more. How do we give it to her?
Somebody
Oh.
shrugs.
Get your Sabrina. Get your brother over here.
I don't like where this is going.
Come here, Sib.
He's gonna walk over.
Apollo goes over to a picture and takes off the a painting, and it's a safe, and he opens it, and it's full of gold bars. All right, get Sinbad to put his bag of holding on the ground.
All right, I'll do that. I'll speed it up a bit.
Now, Sabrina, I want you to collect the badge from Apollo and that gold that he has popped out from wherever, and I want you to put it in the bag.
All right. I might need to empty it. As far as I know, Sib's got this thing packed to the brim with cards.
Oh.
That
Well, it's not really my problem. You just have, I think, 8 minutes now.
okay? Fine. She puts it in the bag and goes over to Apollo.
You're gonna tell Sinbad that it's gonna get warped. Well, if he can figure it out, he's gonna grab his useful things from it. He'll leave the cards.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. And Apollo sets his the gold and the what looks like a little medal. It looks like kind of like a war medal on the ground, but it has the emblem of her Vergal on it.
Okay, she puts her. Okay. She said to put hers in it, right?
Yep.
Okay, and she puts hers in it.
Yeah. You what have you put in it so far?
The thing Apollo put in it, and then her the badge.
And the gold?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now I want everyone to take 3 steps away from it.
Okay.
Be sure to tell that to Apollo, too. He can't hear me right now.
Apollo, take 3 steps away from it. Everyone, take 3 steps away from it.
Yeah. And just like that, the bag vanishes. Very good. Very good. I have it. All right. Just for the record, I still don't plan on getting involved at that little plan at the gate. If that's still even happening, that is. And don't misread the situation. I like you 4. And this was a nice try. And I look forward to playing with you again. But just a little advice for next time. Maybe keep your cards a little closer to your chest if you don't want another crushing L like this. It's underneath the dock closest to Aiden's father's workshop.
Okay. Bree's immediately gonna run toward that location.
All right. It'll take running as fast as you can.
Hang on, I might have expedition.
Assuming that
Actually,
Breeze
yeah,
just started running, Aiden's just gonna be. Where is it?
It's under the dock. It's under the dock closest to where your dad's workshop is.
Okay.
Oh,
it's full
right.
sprinting.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to I'm going to let you guys get to it. You know where it is. All right. You hurry over to the docks. It'll take about 5 minutes to get there.
Okay.
You see the familiar dock that you got to the the ice continent on Sigurd, and what is your plan to investigate it?
Oh
Under
boy!
the
All
docks.
right.
So,
Okay, where did she say it is?
Underneath the dock, closest to
Oh.
where Gunther's workshop is.
okay,
Okay.
assuming it's not covered in water, is it possible to just crawl underneath the dock, like hanging from under it?
Yeah, you can definitely do
Yeah,
that.
is there a beach area underneath?
Mr. Gecko Fingers over here
yes.
can just climb under it.
When you look under the dock, you see this egg, this kind of, it almost looks metallic egg-shaped device strapped to the dock, and you see it like a clock counting down
Oh gosh.
with a key sticking out of it.
Do you see it, Aiden?
I see it. It's under here in a strap. There's a key.
Turn the key.
He's gonna just turn it
Which way, clockwise or counterclockwise?
counterclockwise.
Yeah, you turn it counterclockwise. The dial on the kind of clock face of it kind of spins around really fast, and it's not ticking anymore.
It's off.
What? Oh, the hell. Okay. Sigurd's gonna go over to the dock to, like, go look at it.
All right.
He's
So,
gonna-
unlike Aiden, you'd have to, like, kind of hang yourself over it to see it. It's strapped
Okay.
to, like, one of the support poles.
You have to be Gecko Man.
assuming it's just strapped here, is it like I could just?
Yeah,
Cut
you
this
could
thing
you could
loose
easily, like, cut it off.
Yeah, I'll just cut it loose and probably pull the key out now that it's off. And then I'll take it back up to the top side of the dock.
Whew. Here.
We should probably at least bring this back to Apollo.
No, we're taking it to Estelle so she can get rid of it.
I mean, we could blow up the gate with it. We wouldn't have to mount an assault then.
Well, that was my initial plan, but they want to keep the gate.
We could position it so it just kills all the gnolls.
No, this needs to be destroyed.
That's when Apollo catches up to you.
Sabrina can't bring herself to even look at him. Her tail just immediately goes between her legs, and she just kind of looks away.
Is it dealt with?
It's disengaged, but we're figuring out what we want to do with it long term.
Because I don't want to see you four again. Bottom line. You are prohibited from using the gate anymore. You're welcome to stay in Calder on this side of the continent.
Wait. What do you mean we can't?
But I don't want anything to do with you. You've ruined everything. And he walks away.
Aiden's shoulders just. He is looking very distraught.
But how are we supposed to get over to the other side of the continent?
It's
One-
not like he can stop us.
One thing
He
at a
knows
time.
he can't. It's a formality more than an actual hindrance.
Since Aiden has the bomb right now, and given the situation, he has the key. You can see him looking towards the sea with it right now, very tempted to just throw the key into the ocean.
Uh, Oh, is he looking to throw the key into the ocean?
He's looking to throw the key.
Okay, Sigurd was going to place a hand on the bomb, but seeing that Aiden was focusing on the key, he just backs away.
I mean, if you throw the key into the ocean, I hate to break it to you, but bombs are this thing called volatile. You don't exactly need a key to blow it up.
But no one will be able to turn it on.
The countdown is the only way you could even remotely safely use this thing.
Nobody is going to be using this, safely or not. Let's just find some way to get rid of it. And then we'll go from there.
Well, I was going to suggest having Apollo try to get rid of it, but considering that he has decided that he wants to leave us with the bomb in our hands, which I'll be honest, I was not expecting, we should probably take it to, well, I don't know if we want to return it to Estelle, but I don't know anyone else that could possibly take it apart. After all, while the mechanism to time it is mechanical and Aiden could take that apart, I don't think that the magical workings of it he would understand enough.
No, I doubt that.
I mean, if it's just a bunch of inner workings that trigger the magic, you can probably just take those out, and then the magic itself can't be... I mean, it would just be magic at that point, right?
I would just try to cast Dispel Magic on it, but something tells me it's not going to be that easy.
We could also use it against Nero. We wouldn't have to get very far into one of his labs on a different plane. If we have it with us, we just drop it and go.
It's not like that exactly solves anything, though, does it?
I mean, it would solve one of his remaining cloning facilities. We still have 2 of those to take out. Might as well make it easy. And if he gets blown up in the process, I don't think that would change much anyway. Or we could also just blow up his facilities out here and give him a major setback.
Let's just get rid of this thing. This thing is too dangerous to be just out and about. Same as those seals. Apparently.
Let's just go to Estelle. The MDRA is going to be the only group that's going to know how to dispose of that thing safely.
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna go.
I guess so.
Since we're nearby the Gunther's place, Sabrina's just going to go in and get like 1,000 gold, like she said she would for Pandora.
Okay. All right. So you make your way through the what was just a blur a few minutes ago is just slowed down as you walk through the avenues with remorse and guilt of what you've done, and you make your way back to relatively close to your room, but with the giant Golurk construct outside the door to Estelle's room.
All right. Yeah.
Who wants to knock?
Sigurd will knock.
All right. You give it a few seconds, and the very reclusive Natu hurries you in once again. What is it this time? You're just here.
Sigurd's just gonna gesture at the bomb in Aiden's hands.
You, Oh, Sabrina told you about that?
No,
No.
but we found out.
At the same time as somebody who just armed it.
Well, it's very easy to disarm. You just turn it counterclockwise.
Yeah, well. The hard part was finding it.
Someone else? Excuse me?
Queen stole it from us.
And then uses as leverage.
She armed it on the town. So
And
we found out why we did not.
what exactly happened?
If you remember, Sabrina had a badge. Looks like Queen took the bomb from us and decided to make it the trade or die deal.
And she did this for a badge?
You know what the badge was. I thought Sabrina told you about it.
I know what it is, but it just seems like you it just seems like an odd situation.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you know what the badges do.
No, I know about the badge. I'm just mean the whole situation. I mean, you were just in my room and you told me nothing about this.
Yeah, a lot happened in a very small amount of time. We suspected that the Queen had infiltrated the town, tried to oust her, and she played that card.
Regardless, we want this thing gone.
Well, I can very much take it back. Sure, here.
Yeah.
He's just gonna hand the bomb and the key over.
She takes it and puts it in the bag of holding. Well, I don't really think you need to worry about those seals.
What do you mean?
They're not the true power of the continent. They're chasing after a legend like the Expedition Society, and there is no... I know about that wish. And if the Queen is doing the same thing, she's gonna come up empty-handed. The true power is in the meteor.
With how Queen has acted and the way that she's been sneaking around town and everywhere in this continent, though, she probably knows more about all those badges than we do.
When you say badges, you gave her more than one?
She had one to begin with.
Well, don't worry. I'm not upset at all about this. It's fine.
Even though it
Okay,
almost
I
got
believe
you
you.
exploded.
Well, we didn't.
But yeah, we just came here to return this since, well, most of us didn't realize we were carrying around an object this destructive and dangerous if placed into the wrong hands.
Ideally, we would like it disposed of.
Well, I'll send it back to the lab, and we'll see what we can do with it. You before look rather down. Is I mean, you apparently just saved the town. Why do you look so...
I mean, was it not our fault that it was endangered in the first place?
It was.
We had the bomb, and then we lost it.
Well, I just told you I'm not upset.
No, but someone else is, and we'll just leave it at that.
Well, if it's another one of the factions, I think you did a pretty good job, actually. If you have them worrying over things like this should slow them down while we try to get a foothold. But if you are after seals, I didn't tell you this before, but one of the seals is in that mage tower.
How do you know that?
Because one of the seals was a staff of power that the archmage of the Ice Continent held with them at all times. The High Leader. So if you guys are after seals, it's a well kept secret, but one of them is there.
Mhm. I suppose that's good to know.
Well, I definitely want to
If-
get to that tower, so I can at least say that I'll be happy to help you try to get there.
Yeah. If anyone else got there, it would be gone, so that would be good for us. Is there anything else you needed from me besides the artifact?
I might drop by and have a look to see what kind of spells and scrolls you have available. We ran into a situation where we could have used some dark vision, maybe see invisibility, something like that, but right now I just need some time to myself.
Well, I could I talked to Alabaster, and it seems like he's willing to accommodate you three, but you have to make it up to him, Sinbad. He was quite upset, and that's where you could probably purchase scrolls like that, unless I can get them for you on request when going on a mission.
Alright, I'll look into it. Thank you, Estelle.
Yeah, no problem, Sabrina.
And Sabrina's just going to kind of walk out with her tail between her legs and head back to our cabin.
You think you're going to be all right? She says to the three of you still remaining.
Apologies, it's been a long day, to say the least.
I understand.
Probably.
I don't know.
But we should get going.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
If you need anything, just come back to me. And she lets you leave.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
What's your next course of action?
Well, I guess we're gonna go home and
Bree is going to sulk.
I see.
Nice.
can we ward the door first?
Well, first when you enter the door, you see all your beds upside down.
Why?
And the Pikachu still there.
Yep.
She kind of shrugs and is like, well, what did you expect?
Bree just kind of dumps out 1,000 gold in front of her from her bag of holding.
She's like, and then just like jumps back first onto a gold where you'd normally hear a yeah, just hear the jingling and jangling. That feels good.
And then Bree goes over and sits on the underside of her bed and just kind of curls up into a ball.
Was the trip to go get gold really that depressing?
Well, technically that part was not depressing.
Like kind of like adjusts on the gold. You hear like the clinking and clanging of the gold. Really, tell me about it.
Suffice it
destroy-
to
I
say,
destroyed our reputation with the Expedition Society.
That's it.
That's it.
I mean, to be fair, we also gave the bomb back to the MDRA, which is definitely not going to end up with the destroyed department.
No, of course not.
How did you destroy this reputation?
We gave the Queen 2 of the seals and a bunch of gold in exchange for not blowing up the town.
Yeah, that'll probably do it. Well, yeah, you plan on getting her next time?
I don't know how.
Like that's even possible. She's always one step ahead.
I mean, we have just discovered the beautiful fate that was my bag of holding could have been taken from us at any moment. Maybe that was no, it wasn't the conjuration magic. That was like the first thing we checked.
Well, if you want my opinion from a certified mischief maker, you just got to get one step ahead of her. You know, beat her at her own game.
How are we even supposed to do that?
I tried. I tried my best, and look what happened.
Well, you're trying too hard. You see, you got to make her think you're stupid. And
I don't need to try. I just proved to her that I am.
oh, no, just anticipate what she's going to do and try to beat her at her own game. She like watching you or something?
Probably.
Feed her fake information.
I mean, but then she's going to anticipate fake information knowing.
Exactly. Then you can take a different angle.
Yeah, but she's listening to this whole thing.
Didn't you put the word on the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Oh.
put the word on the door.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes that.
We did put the word on the door.
Yeah, we
no.
did put the word on the door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, but
Yeah.
I guess she saw you do that.
Yeah.
Sigurd just sighs and he's just gonna lay kind of down in the pile of gold as well.
Yeah.
The only way to beat her at her own game is just to not play.
Oh,
That
no.
was our mistake.
Then you're gonna get taken advantage of.
I mean, how do we not play her game if she's just going to be listening in on us at every moment? It doesn't matter if we don't play, she'll still use us.
Well, we could try to destroy a seal.
Or put it someplace she wouldn't be able to get to.
What, like back to the mainland?
No, she'd probably be able to get to it from there. Unless it's heavily guarded. I suppose, I guess. Well.
I don't even know how you get it back there. Even if we did, the only way in would be through the MDRA, because the boat would be too slow and would definitely be crawling with geezers that are gonna take it.
Mm-hmm.
For speaking about those ice fellows, I think we need to deal with them. Yeah, they were trying to kill me after all. And I don't know what your guys' opinion is, but I don't like a bunch of people trying to kill me, especially when I'm small like this.
Yeah, I can't imagine most people would.
We're working on that.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have more queen problems, if I'm hearing correctly.
Besides, even if we were to try to take on these cultists, I don't know if we're strong enough right now to do so. I mean, we know where one of their strongholds is, but the problem is that Nero might be there as well.
Huh, yeah, I've heard that name.
Do you know anything about him?
Well, see, it's just a little weird because this is supposed to be, the secret and, the procedures but, I think the cat's out of the bag at this point. And so the five great worms, one of me, that's me. I'm the copper great worm, by the way, if you didn't know. We were headed to a Vergal because apparently there was some sort of uprising going on with a legendary Pokemon that stepped out of its plane named Krya. And they were developing some artifact called the Ring of Winter. And I remember the name Nero being mentioned alongside of it.
Wait a minute. That doesn't add up. Said, didn't Nero hate legendary Pokemon?
I mean, to be fair, Krya could very well be dead and have succeeded on the Ring of Winter project before that happened.
But isn't their goal to resurrect Krya?
Wasn't the Ring of Winter controlling whoever wore it?
Not necessarily. It has influence, but
Last thing I remember was confronting this usurper, and I don't remember what happened after that.
well, that's a good vote of confidence for us to go tackle Nero if 5 dragons walked up to him and then just disappeared for who knows how long.
She said Krya was the usurper, not Nero. I'm getting that right?
Yes, it was a legendary Pokemon that stepped out of its plane, and you see the Draxel, the kingdom I'm from, we're the dragons are, well, we're custodians of the world because we're far more powerful than you guys, and it's our duty to maintain the balance between things, and well, legendary Pokemon taking over continents and kingdoms is a big no-no.
Wait, so where was this Draxel located?
Kind of that way. She just kind of points in like the southwest direction.
Southwest.
Like
Huh.
not on this continent, of course. It's like miles and miles and miles away.
Right.
Do we have a world map?
No. She doesn't what you can get from this, she doesn't really know the exact location.
Huh. Okay.
How is Draxel doing, by the way?
Non-existent.
Oh.
The kingdoms, or what, 18 kingdoms?
Yes, 18.
They don't quite exist anymore. When actually, out of character, when is the last time? How long ago did those like fall? I guess.
600 years.
Yeah, it's been at least 600 years since any of them were, well, as they used to be.
Oof. Well, that's a little grim. Well, yeah, that's. I think a Returnatrix or Alderion will know way more than me. Just because I'm a little rusty because I just woke up,
Right.
shaking off that morning rest.
Because she's a metallic dragon.
I wasn't even intentional.
I was just waiting for that silver doesn't corrode.
What's your plan of action next?
I don't know.
You're just gonna sit in this room and hope things sort out themselves?
They're not
Well,
going to.
We're gonna have to make a plan of some kind, although we're a little rusty today, I would say.
I mean, any of our other plans just kind of got kicked out.
The Expedition Society and Hollowed Flames intend to go, well, make an assault on one of the border walls, and now Abolition is going to interfere.
And Apollo just kicked us out of ever working with the Expedition Society, which means we're not going to be helping with that plan.
I mean,
Not
I'm sure if we got
necessarily.
him a seal, he would be happy. Or if we got him those mission plans that he wanted us to go through before.
That's what I was about to say. Just because we're not allowed to interact doesn't mean we can't still help.
Besides, no, keep going.
After what I just got done to them, I feel like I need to do something to help them, whether they want me to or not. Granted, I tried to do that before, and it just blew up in my face, almost literally, so...
Well, don't worry. Apollo said that he didn't want to see us anymore. He didn't say anything about Commander Yellow.
Something tells me Commander Yellow's gonna catch word of this, and he's gonna be just as upset as Apollo is.
Well, he can tell us not to see him too, and we'll eventually work our way through everyone.
Well, I think I know what your guys' problem is if you're playing this game with these groups and factions, is the worst thing you can do is be earnest and honest with them. You tell them what they want to hear.
That's just a recipe to get in trouble later once they find out you've been lying to them.
Oh, really? How well is being honest done for you?
Probably better than once they find out we've been lying to them.
To be fair, they've all been lying to us.
Well, I've seen enough of them to know that they're all at each other's throats. And you're not going to please all of them. You're going to have to pick and choose who you want to ally with.
Honestly, no. I don't want to help them on this. All this well, no, I don't want to help them on this.
I mean, if we wanted to
They
solve
intend to go kill that, like, hundreds of Pokemon just to get over this wall,
Again.
as if that's the only way, just because it's the easiest way.
To be
that
fair,
we know of.
we don't know if all the Pokemon on this entire continent are under the same state that Pandora was.
the more powerful ones. And maybe the ones that have been able to.
So yeah. I've sussed out these groups here, but what's going on here?
Well, as far as we've been told, a meteorite landed on a mystery dungeon. Now the entire island is turning into a mystery dungeon.
A meteor, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's what did it.
Did what?
I remember when I was in that horrible dream. I remember that stone, and I think that's what corrupted me, for lack of a better word.
So are you saying it's possible that all of the Pokemon on this island are just corrupted like you were?
Corrupted.
I don't really know. This is like the first time I'm hearing about this meteorite. But
I mean, if that's true, again, we're doing the Pokemon here a favor by taking them out.
What's to say that killing them doesn't just kill them outright? I
Aren't
mean,
they already dead in the
So
other
what-
scenario?
The other suggestion is then if they were regular Pokemon like you and me, and then turned into these ferals.
I mean, that's what Pandora was. But when we killed well, I guess we didn't do that one, but either way, we killed Cryofang and Rathonatrix was freed. How do we know that these gnolls aren't just civilians of the ice continent who are under the same fate?
well, when these Pokemon out in the wild just by themselves have been killed, we haven't seen large swaths of Pokemon just reappear out of nowhere, right?
It's a big continent.
To be fair, they could return to where they started whenever this happened. So it could be anywhere.
They could all be citizens of Havarigal and they just wake up in Havarigal. Wherever that is.
it's actually in the sky.
Sky.
It's what?
Yes, it's on the far over there. She kind of points to the eastern direction, and there is a floating ice palace up in the sky. I remember that's where we waged our attack, and then I don't really remember what happened after that.
I mean, the only flying structure we know of is the tower.
Oh,
It's
the
more-
the mage tower.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to there, actually.
Hmm.
Is it so high up that no one can see it, or
Well, there's a section that is covered in thick fog, but it's no problem for dragons to see through. So we were able to get through there pretty easily.
Right, but there's no way. Is there a way up there? Although,
Flying.
hmm.
That's how we got there. Maybe there's something on the bottom, but we just flew there. I mean, like, why would we're not gonna walk?
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we could attempt something similar.
Oh, that reminds me, actually. She like hops off the pile of gold and she goes into her bag. Since you did help me, I think I should probably give you something, right? That's what good people do. And I'm not tricking you this time. You can even test run it. Where was it? And she like gets a pair of spectacles. They're overly big though. They're like comically big. They look like little frying pans attached.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh, I know just the person who needs those.
Put them on. Someone put them on.
Sima's gonna put them on Bree's head on top of her tiny glasses that she stole from Nero.
Now turn one of the lenses,
Bree does it.
and when you do that, you look at Pandora, and you see the copper dragonite. Huh?
True sight.
Yeah. I could do that just inherently, but they were that's something I took with me, and I guess you guys can have it. They look ridiculous though.
Well, function over form, I guess.
Huh.
And so those have 3 charges. It gives you true sight for 1 hour as long as you're wearing the glasses. They recharge at dawn. Who has them?
Sabrina.
So you're wearing 2 layers of glasses right now?
It's
Well, you
okay,
just
they're
asked
both
her
a nerd.
You asked who currently had them, and she says,
That just kind of...
Sigurd, these might fit you better.
Actually, they have like the little swirly thing on the front, like those like geeky anime characters.
Oh my god.
He'll take them and then place them in his bag. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah, those.
Could you put them on again?
He'll put them on.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. He'll take them off again with a sigh.
To tell the truth, they looked a little different. They were a little more dignified, but I had them altered in that magic shop. It costed a bit, but I think it was worth it.
Perfect. Regardless, like I said, the Pokemon outside could just be reappearing back in Haverical or somewhere else when they're cut down, but we still have no proof of that. So
We have more proof in favor of it being the case than against it.
I have to agree with Sabrina.
Wow, you guys are way
But
too
you're
soft.
really willing to play with other Pokemon's lives on a maybe?
You guys are way too soft.
Oh no, this is Sigurd, not me. I was willing to use the bomb on them.
Yeah, why not?
Well, because it would have killed them all.
Well, they're in your way, right? That's what we did. I mean, you're not gonna be a paper. You can't get through life being a paper incineroar.
Just because they're in your way doesn't mean you have to cut them down like they're nothing.
Well, it sounds like they will.
Exactly.
By the sounds of it, they don't hesitate.
That doesn't mean that we have to.
Well, just look at it this way. It's just getting the job done in the most effective way possible.
It's not about getting the job done in the most effective way possible.
Needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
We're getting those plans and we're going to get them to the Expedition Society.
I mean, I think
No.
we should go look for Rathonatrex.
I'm not going to help them with this. No. I'm not helping them with this if they're unwilling to.
You're just going to be a liability this
Compromise.
whole time, aren't you, Sigurd?
I'm not trying to be a liability. I'm trying to protect people.
You're not trying, but you're being.
Sigurd, she's right though about every one of the factions at this point. We've been trying.
That I'm not going to side with a faction that advocates for genocide.
That would be all of them.
That was right.
Well, just to retract a little, I agree using any means necessary to get through an opposing force, but I don't really condone genocide.
He just kind of sighs and stands up. If we're really picking sides, I'm not siding with the Hollowed Flames until they stop those genocidal tendencies.
Yeah, I don't think that they want to work with us either.
And I don't think
Good.
they're going to end up stopping.
Let's be honest, the only people who are even considering working with us right now are Queen and the MDRA.
And also, we have a new problem if we're going to end up killing all the dragons, that we can't really work with Abolition, but they want to work with us anyway.
Why don't you work with the Queen?
Because I hate her.
Well, you know what they say, keep your enemies close.
The problem with that is that every deal we make with her puts her ahead as much or more as us, and I don't know if we want to find out what happens when she wins.
Well, just do like I said, just play ignorant for a while and just try to find an opening.
What is she even going to want us to do that would... She just got
Seals.
2 of the seal, but she just got 2 of them.
Yeah, so you gotta get them all.
Which means...
I mean, she's already given us She's already given us a location of something to do.
I don't know how she could help us in our fight against Nero, but maybe we should just let her have this entire ice ball to herself if it means saving the rest of the world.
This has been worth letting any of the factions have it, given how they're all acting with each other.
Well,
Not particularly.
There was the MDRA, and still was really nonchalant about the bomb.
Yeah, she's nonchalant about everything.
Well, if what Queen said was true about the bomb, she didn't even... Well, she wanted it to be used. Not that we should necessarily trust her word.
She said she didn't want to use it.
No, Estelle or the MDRA wanted us to use it on another faction.
Right, but Queen didn't want that. And to be fair, it makes total sense. If all your customers are dead, no one's buying.
No, of course. I mean, if she set off that bomb, that would have, well, everyone would have, that would have put a target on her back with everyone. I'm sure they would have dropped everything to go deal with her.
Or
If they
No.
realized how big of a threat
just
she
blamed
was.
it.
No, they would not have. You know that, Sigurd. If they were actually cared about anyone other than themselves, they would have all tried to stop the fire curse in Nero. They would have sought that answer, but they are far more concerned with themselves. Every single one.
Yeah.
None of them want to set aside their differences to solve a real problem, so they're all just...
And how about we go solve that problem?
That's what I'm saying.
If we can go get the Ring of Winter, the fire curse is gone, and there's no reason for them to be here except for, well, their secondary goals.
Rewind a little. You know where the Ring of Winter is?
So with
We
Nero,
know who has it, and we know a location of their base.
Well, I can. Well, we can dispose of it if you can get the other 4 great worms.
Yeah, I was thinking we would want to find Rathon-trix. I don't know how we would do it, but
Yeah,
And we
I'm
need
keen on
to.
doing this too. Doing that too.
I figured that our best allies are none of the factions, but well, you great worms.
Well, I'm flattered.
At least you seem to have the same goals that we have.
Where would we find the other ones? The other, was it, two?
I
We
don't.
know where.
I don't know. I don't really know anything about this continent. And apparently, you killed other dragons to make them appear. So, just keep doing that, I guess. But don't kill the shiny ones, okay? That's just throwing that out there.
Oh,
Yeah, don't worry. One of us has a thing for shinies.
Yeah.
what?
But I don't. Well, yeah. Well, I guess I know about dragons, and we like to we like dark places most of the time. We like lots of gold. We don't like intruders. Yeah, I don't think I can help you. I got nothing.
Well, how are we gonna find Orthornatrix? I mean, like I've said, it's a big continent. How are we gonna find him?
I don't know. He takes the cold a lot better than I do. So yeah, that's kind of why I want to get a hold of him too. So maybe he's explored more.
Well,
Wait, don't you have?
there is a simpler solution here. We could just get me a sending scroll and ask him where he is.
That would work.
I can't cast it on my own, but I'm confident with the scroll I could do it. Out of character, aka it's technically on my spell list.
Yeah. You just need the scroll.
I mean, Sabrina has it inherently.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know Rathonatrix.
Yeah, that's the whole problem.
And Estelle just said that 3 of us got unblacklisted.
Are you wearing the dragon scale, Aiden?
Yeah, that's what was crossing my mind.
Like, are you wearing it on you?
It's equipped.
Is it in sight?
Given the room temperature versus the gear, he's probably. Oh no.
Bree's just gonna say it. Don't you have that dragon scale armor that lets you tell where dragons are, Hayden?
That lets you do that?
Never crossed my mind as being important until now.
How does that work?
Magic.
Yeah, but magic has radiuses.
It's 30 miles.
Well,
So, 10,000 feet.
huh.
It's the closest dragon or dragon Pokemon. Oh, wait.
It just tells you about the closest one. Nice.
As an action, to magically discern the distance to the direction of the closest dragon or dragon Pokemon, so.
We could figure out where that Garchomp is.
Within 158,400 feet.
Yeah, we got this when dealing with Mathona.
Cryophenny.
Yeah.
Oh, not bad.
Again, I think that the simplest solution is just getting a mending scroll or sending scroll, not mending. Don't do that.
You just kind of hear in quietly as soon as this is going on. Just whoever's closest, just
I thought she was going to be mad about it being dragon scale.
Oh no! If you're making armor out of these horrible dragons, I think they deserve it. How dare they imprison our souls? She goes for a high five.
he awkwardly does so.
You get buzzed.
All right.
The buzzer returns. This is. Would it help you locate Rethernatrix, or?
I mean, I could literally ask him where he is, or better yet, say, "Come back to Calder. We found Pandora."
That's gonna take a long time for me to make one of those, and it's pretty expensive.
Just buy one.
Do you have to do you have to have met someone to cast that spell, or
Yes.
just
You
have
have to-
spoken?
You have to
You
be
have to-
familiar with them.
You have to be familiar with them. Okay.
We literally don't have to care. Remember, I've still got plenty of money.
That's some familiar is great. I love that terminology. That's so
Sad.
Well,
it's so vague.
Rethonatrix is the silver great worm, so I think maybe you could find him with that armor. Well, know where he's located if he's in the radius of it.
I mean, he wanted to more or less learn everything that there was to know about everyone.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. We might as well.
But the only place I could think of that he would go is the Expedition Society.
The cabin.
Well, he wasn't at the cabin, which means
Oh, right.
he'd be at the Expedition Society. It is the richest place of culture around. If he wants to learn about the rest of the world, that is the only place that he could do so.
You remember back when you last saw him, he was actually headed towards the gate.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Whether he had the money to get through or if he's still on this side is up to you to find out.
Considering what Pandora said, that he deals with the cold better than her, he's probably gone deeper. He may even have an affinity for it. Our best bet is to just go to the deeper parts of the continent and hope we bump into him while we're doing other things.
I hope he did not go visit Queen.
Oh yeah, he's pretty gullible. That'd be pretty bad if he went there.
Okay, so here's what I think we
Why
should do.
suspect?
If we go over there, we aren't allowed to go through the gate anyway. I can just fly us over. We can head past the ruins, see if he's there. And then we can just...
I wouldn't do that. I was gonna try and fly over the gate myself, but they've got sneaky people all over it.
We can walk
What?
straight through it. We have invisibility and water walk. They'll never see us coming or going.
Okay, if you're invisible, then sure.
I mean, unless they have
The
true
invisibility.
sight glasses. I mean, if they want to see us, I'll let them see me.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Actually, if they need to see us, they would need a device of some kind. We could literally just knock it off their face and then we're gone.
Hmm.
in the meanwhile, given the topic was brought up, I might as well just try to figure out how the heck this dragon sense thing works. So,
Well, this map isn't really to scale, but so I will tell you what direction he is in if you do
okay.
it.
I will try to figure out where Orthonatrix is, just direction-wise.
Northeast.
Interesting. And if I'm understanding this correctly, he has to orient himself for a second and figure out just how the heck this armor works.
I will. I'll give you kind of a coordinate of where it is in on the map. It's kind of. It would be kind of in this area.
Okay.
Kind of.
Oh no!
Lovely.
Near Camp Daybreak, the forest.
Oh no.
Hey, who wants to talk to Loki?
So he's at the very least past the gate.
Oh, wait, where?
Northeast.
Northeast.
Maybe as far as Camp Daybreak. But he's somewhere past the gate, up to there.
Yeah, I don't know if we want me anywhere near those guys right now.
I'll ask Loki if he's had if there have been any sightings of a pansage around there.
I suppose it will take time for word to get over to them. If we went out immediately, we would be able to match pace with it.
I don't. Yeah. I suppose if we're going to go look for him, we could avoid the wall altogether just by. Well, there's. You can cast water walk on us, correct?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could walk across the water.
Wait, how long does that last again?
Like an hour. An hour.
Maybe one thing other to think about too is I know the Queen's thieves running around. They somehow get around the wall themselves. You have any idea how they do that?
Well, if they're covering above, the only logical answer is underneath.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Does this mean we're gonna have to ask Queen?
No. It means that all we gotta do is follow Snot. He is way easier to track and way easier to convince.
I really don't want to be talking to him anymore.
Well, you could talk to Queen. I'm sure that'll go well.
Fine.
Put that on your to-do list, Sib. It sounds like something you'd be better at doing than anyone else here.
By the way,
Regardless,
I should tell you the other ones you're looking for too. You're looking for Alderion, Eslith, and Thor, and of course Orthonatrix.
And Thor.
Oh, man. I think that he should probably be one of the last ones we go looking for.
where do we even start with Eslith and Thor? And
Well,
then there's the issue of
news is we have
Alberian.
Dragon Detector Boy with us.
Would it be able to detect any of them, or just
I think it could.
Returnatrix?
I mean, I suppose technically speaking, the Gabite could throw it off.
It only detects the type the dragon is, if that makes sense. Like, because it was a white one, it finds the silver one.
Oh,
That makes sense.
Wait, so it only works on silver dragons or white dragons, not just regular
It
dragon types like Sigurd?
It only works on white nice or white dragons and silver dragons because they're
White
cold.
nice.
right. I think you also said it just in here can also detect the direction of the closest dragon type Pokemon.
Okay, if I put that in there, I'll put that as a caveat. But
Yeah. Because I remember you reworked this a little bit.
Yeah, but with the intended purposes of the armor, it does do that. It only finds within, because you'd be finding a lot because of the
Yeah, that's fair.
Just the Sigurd detector, and that's it.
Yeah, if you want to find Sigurd with it, you can, but like its intended purpose is to find cold attuned dragons.
Man, why didn't we use this like 1 or 2 sessions ago?
Wow.
We're good at remembering what things do.
Yeah.
It's almost like you completely forgot about that, the potential of it, until just now.
Well, are you guys in good standing with any of these other groups? Maybe you can have some help from them. Doesn't mean you have to like them. I mean, it's just
I'll see if I can pull some strings with Estelle. Maybe somehow she can get us across.
yeah. There you go. Say they owe you a favor. Be assertive.
I don't know if I'm capable of being assertive right now, but I'll see what I can do.
Do they even owe us any favors?
I mean, if they finish making the ice potions, we can get those.
I'll ask about those too.
She gets up
'Cause
and says,
At least we were smart enough to make that part of the deal. We give you the flowers, you give us the potions.
I'll ask her about those. I've got some other chores I need to do. I guess I'll try to get those done today.
she just kind of gets up and says,
Are you guys going to stay here and keep talking? I can leave the ward on the door if you want.
Well, you need it?
I doubt it. Estelle's got her own ward.
Okay, then, well, just leave it here, I guess.
And remember, when you go out there, feed her some fake information. And Pandora winks at you.
Right.
I'll keep it in mind.
and Bree's gonna head back out. Before bothering Estelle again, though, she's gonna go down to Alabaster's place to see about scrolls.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys actually have anything more that you wanted to talk about. I don't mean to take things away from you if you're gonna keep
Yeah, I
talking.
don't know what else to necessarily talk about, but I'm having something I'm wondering about doing. So this is more just something he's going to ask the group. It's like, given everything that's happened, I feel like I need to tell Dad. I just don't know what to tell him.
You almost got exploded. I mean, I suppose that there is one other piece of information Queen let slip by. Didn't she say something about Apollo? Like
Something
Didn't-
about him wanting that wish, but I don't know if that was something that was said in like
I don't know who
In,
was
like-
told what.
yeah. I don't know if that was something that we know.
do we know?
I think only Sabrina heard it.
Yeah, I think only Sabrina heard that. So
I've been bodied.
yeah.
And Sabrina's not there right now, so
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
left.
Doesn't matter. Sinbad wouldn't have known to ask anyway.
Hmm.
What specifically do you want to tell him about?
I mean, I don't know. A lot has just happened, and I feel kind of bad.
I went to the ruins. I came back and the place almost exploded. And we didn't explode. The end.
I mean, there's that, but there's also what just happened with the Expedition Society.
Don't worry, they hate us. They don't hate him. Probably.
But I just don't know how to tell him because he and Queen even knew.
Knew about what?
Don't go to the ruins.
Literally every time we go to your dad's place, we have been being spied on. That's how she knew. We were not being very discreet about these things.
Just
You know, realistically speaking, maybe we should have asked Tia Missia how on earth Queen is doing this stuff.
Sigurd just kind of sighs. I'm not really familiar with. He kind of gestures to Aiden how that works, you and Gunther, but if there's something that is troubling you and you feel like you need to talk to him about it, why not do so?
I don't know if he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be
Disappointed.
yes.
Disappointed?
Don't worry, we're already disappointed anyway.
What?
Alright, I mean, you could also use depressed. That works too.
He sits there thinking for just a moment. I don't know. I just feel really bad about. I thought I was gonna be fine, and then everything happened, and now I feel really bad about going behind his back.
Sinbad just kind of shrugs and is like, I mean, haven't we done that with everyone anyway?
Yeah, but with Dad, it's at this point he just ends up standing up and looks towards the door. I should probably just tell him.
All right, well, good luck. Have fun.
Have fun.
He's gonna start making his way.
And that leaves Sinbad, Sigurd, and Pandora in the room still.
Yeah.
There.
I'm gonna flip my bed back over.
Just kind of stoically watching you do it.
Sigurd is first he's gonna like at first he kind of like pulls out his journal to start writing in it, but then he notices Fiel in his bag, or the rune feel in his bag, pauses and pulls it out. Uh, Pandora, what do you? Does this? Well, do you recognize this? Does this have any significance?
Oh yeah, I know that. That's one of those runes the Jotunheimer have, or the Jotun. Yeah, the Jotun.
The Jotun?
Yeah, that's Alderion was more partial to them, but it's like these giant Pokemon. They live on the ice continent. Dragons. They praise us, you know. Again, I really like it when they do that. But Alderion seemed to take more of a liking to them.
Wait. Uh, Wait, you said they used to live here?
Oh yeah. That's where we stopped first, and I didn't care much for them. It just if you want to talk about them, I don't really know much about them. I just know they're big and they praise us. Alderion knew way more than I did.
What?
They're some like Titan or something. I'm you know just because I'm an ancient great worm doesn't mean I'm that wise. Okay.
I
I only really deal in things that entertain me, and flattery was nice, but other than that, it was just kind of dull.
how the hell did we end up on the air continent then?
Oh, they were all over the place.
They were?
Yeah, they were like when you see we were kind of like I'm simplifying it, okay? We were kind of like janitors, but really proud and noble and great and powerful janitors. And those Jotun guys were all over the place, all over all the different parts of the world. So if they were here, I guess that checks out for, well, at least from my time period. Yeah, I don't know how much it's changed since then.
Well, it's smaller now, to say the least. Just a small clan up in the blazing mountains.
They still exist?
Yeah. I'm one of them. Or, well, was one of them. I still am.
Really?
Yeah.
Then praise me.
Uh, he...
I'm waiting.
There's
lay it on me.
There's a stunned silence for a moment, and a mix of confusion and annoyance before yeah, you know what, he's gonna let me think. What would a sort of prayer be? He places two. I guess he places one arm like up along his chest and just kind of, and one hand I guess on the forearm of it, or the other on the forearm of the first, before kind of like I guess spreading outward, or like I guess moving his hand outward. I I don't know how to describe it. I don't have anything more than a visual, but I guess he does give like a small like gesture of reverence to
Very well.
to Pandora.
The copper great worm bequeaths you with this. She reaches in her bag for some rations. with this bounty for you to sustain you over the course of your journey. Use it well, or you may offend me.
Thank you.
Wait, so it's like
Great one.
the Jotun, like the
The
regular dragon types, and like Draxel was like the big ones.
That's something
They're
you gotta ask Aldarion. I don't know. All
the
the dignity goes away.
the Jotun, Jotun Bairn. They well, I suppose as I suppose similar to Draxel, they're janitors of a sort. We worship the Titan, one of the gods who is said to have moved and shaped the continents. They and they're known for that, and their golems, their creations. They gave life. And so our duty was to protect it. Protect life, protect creations, and preserve them for future generations to see.
Yeah.
He kind of rolled, I guess he kind of like has to, I guess, roll up a sleeve, like where on the other underside of his hand there's a symbol, kind of like not well, what's the term? Branded onto the underside of his arm.
Branded, you say?
Yeah.
Sinbad's gonna be like, oh, not you too.
Because it's scales, it would have to be like.
Well, yeah. It's scales, so like it's not like a tattoo or anything would work. But
It's a close approximation.
Yeah. Of just a of what looks to kind of be like a stylized arrow. It's he says, I was, I was an arm. We were the protectors, the ones who would, protect the eyes who would go out and search for these artifacts, or would stand guard, make sure these artifacts would stay where they belong, or hide them away in a vault if they were too dangerous. But like I said, that's all on the air continent for the most part. We have some outposts, but it's not exactly a big clan.
Yeah, who knows? They might still be around here. They took to the cold very well. I remember that.
So, the legendary Pokemon you worship branded you?
No, no. He kind of looks at it again. This was probably when I was first inducted into the Titan's Arm. It was a long time ago. I couldn't have been more than, 10? After the induction ceremony? I don't remember much of it now.
And I thought I was young to be branded.
He kind of frowns and says, well, it's not exactly a curse, I wouldn't say. It's a mark of reverence and service.
A mark of reverence and service. Yeah, you could say the same thing about the mark of Nero.
He just kind of sighs. I
But more
suppose so.
branding is very painful. Why would you just do that to yourself?
Ceremonial.
He kind of just nods in agreement.
No pain, no gain. Is that the philosophy then?
Yeah.
Well, it's more so that standard tattoos and such don't exactly work for, or don't exactly last.
So you are all dragon types then.
Most of us, if not all. I mean, I can't think of more than... I can only put a number on my hand of those who weren't dragon types. We're pretty secular, to say the least.
Well, that would explain why Nero wanted you gone.
Well, you're saying he has the Ring of Winter, and I can put two and two together why he orchestrated that attack on me. And it makes me worry about Rithonitrix, so I hope we can go find him pretty fast.
Well, not just that, but if you're guardians of a legendary Pokemon, he's going to want to take both you and that legendary Pokemon out, assuming it's not already gone.
Well, the Titan has been in slumber for as far as we know, for as long as we can remember.
Do you have proof it's still alive?
No, not particularly. The only remnants that we have of it are its magic. And he kind of gestures to the rune in his hand. And this and the runes that I've used myself are, well, remnants of that.
So I guess if it died, that magic would quit working.
Perhaps we're not sure.
Because it's like if our white dragon friend died, the hallowed flames would lose their power. The different one.
Didn't you guys kill the white dragon?
The different one.
Oh.
The one of truth.
What was their common name? Reshiram, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, how does that work? Was Reshiram part of Draxel, or was Reshiram like, I'm too good for you?
Well, these legendary Pokemon existed mostly on other planes where where their domains were, and it was they were worshipped we were of course greater, but they were worshipped as deities for certain Pokemon, and that's kind of how the relationship went for their almighty power, and they were forbidden to step foot into our plane, and that's where we came in, and we dealt with ones that tried to overstep their boundaries.
Like Rayquaza?
Well, Krya was the one we were after.
Right, but he definitely did not stay in his plane.
Well, maybe we'll have to deal with that after we're done with the Ring of Winter. I don't know how things still work around here, but legendary Pokemon should not exist on this plane.
Huh. Wait. Sinbad, do you have the map on you?
Yeah.
Here, wait. Where exactly did where exactly was Nero's, well, well, not headquarters, but that base that Queen told us about?
I mean, I guess he'll just point it out.
Yeah, it's between the forest
Yeah.
and the wall for the viewers, just to visualize the northern part of the continent.
Yeah. That is. Yeah, we need to go find Rithanatrix. That is uh worryingly close. If they intend to kill him.
Well,
We should. We
he's
need to.
currently either at Spellbook, Cavebook, or the Camp Daybreak, considering everything else, probably Camp Daybreak, if he went to go visit everyone.
Hmm.
Which, I don't think that meeting's gonna go very well for us.
He does get a bit chummy with, it was said he was a little too chummy with the kind of the common folk. So that is something he would probably do. Let's
Yeah,
cut.
well.
Let's cut
Oh,
to
sorry,
Sabrina.
yeah.
You are walking to the magic store.
Yes.
All right. You arrive at the fantastic Alabaster, the Magnificence Emporium.
All right. How is she greeted?
A Flaffy, a very familiar Flaffy wearing the Kekleon suit, comes up and, hello. How could I welcome you to? She pulls out a piece of paper. The fantabulous, is that Alabaster the Magnificent Emporium
Hi.
of magic goods and just wait. Is there anything I could help you with?
Yeah, I'm just looking for a couple different kinds of scrolls. Do you have any night vision, see invisibility, maybe night vision, see invisibility, maybe some non-detection scrolls?
Oh, it depends how many we want. We have all of those things. Follow me to the wonders and fabulous with. It's a little smudge. Follow me. And
Okay.
she takes you over to a kind of this. It's kind of like a shelf with a bunch of scrolls on it. You're looking for spells in the second circle, like no detection. Oh, which ones do you want?
The most important ones are dark vision and see invisibility.
I have those. Yes, I do. Let me grab it for you. And she grabs a dark vision one and a non-detection. So
All right.
yeah, and what else? What other one did you want?
See invisibility.
All right, all those three. They're all second level spells.
Yep.
All right. Yes. Here are all the scrolls you desire, young lady. View them at your own. What's a good describing word? Just look at them and see if they're what you want.
She just kind of smiles a little bit and says,
You don't have to give me the whole rigmarole.
Oh
You
no.
can just talk normally.
She kind of like leads it. No, I gotta.
and she kind of thinks back to the kind of personality Alabaster has, and she's like,
No, yeah, okay, I understand.
Yeah, but you see these 3 scrolls in your hand.
All right. She takes them and
Paul.
says,
All right, what do I owe you?
Well, second, they will be 500 each.
Oh wow, that much, huh?
Yes, they are quite expensive for arcane wonders beyond your imagination.
she just kind of sighs and says,
That's a bit rich for my blood.
she gives back the um see invisibility. No, she's gonna keep the see invisibility one, but she's gonna give back the non-detection one.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
about as much as I can handle right now.
And then she hands over 1,000 gold.
Very well. I have given you what you desire. Now go out and spread arcane wonders throughout the land. Come back to Alabaster's Magic Emporium of wonder next time.
All right, thank
I'm
you.
I'm gonna give you this card. You just rate your experience with me. Be sure to fill it out and
She immediately gives 5 stars and says, "I would," and writes down, "I was in awe of the majestic and exhilarating behavior of the employee."
thank you very much. All right, and yeah, you get your commemorative bag,
Okay.
and yeah, you have your scrolls.
I can't believe Alabaster's just the Walmart of the ice continent.
You know, a true story. I had someone from the bank phone me exactly like that one time, clearly reading off a script and screwing up. Yeah, but you got your things.
Okay. Next thing, she's gonna go to Estelle, and she's just gonna kind of sigh and knock on the door.
She sees you and lets you in. And she's like, huh, that's 3
Third
times
time today.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sorry for bothering you so much, Estelle. So we're kind of looking into what we're gonna do moving forward, and well, we've run into a bit of a problem. We have no way of getting past the wall. The Expedition Society has forbidden us from passing through any of the conventional means, and it's come to our attention that they have some sort of contingencies in place to keep people from at least going over it. We hypothesize that the Queen goes under it, but we don't exactly want to work with her to find the information she uses to get past it. And I was wondering if you had any way to get us past it and would be willing to let us use it.
Well, I'll have you know, we certainly do.
Really?
Mhm.
Would you be willing to let us use it?
Of course, of course. It was actually, well, we didn't tell you about this, but Mia was setting up a teleportation circle in that forest she went with Aiden and your brother with. And we were using it for the exact same reasons because we think it's ludicrous that the Expedition Society is charging people to go out there and save the world from this fire curse. And
Yeah.
I can arrange. I'm sure I'll have to talk to Alabaster again, but I'm sure I can arrange that you could go use it to at least go to the forest. Will kind of send you out of the way, but we're setting up a base of operations there.
Well, that would certainly be useful for us. It would mean a lot to me if you'd let us use that. So thank you, Estelle.
But in return, could you possibly... You see, we do have a base of operations. It's the castle or the structure that your brother and Aiden fought some I don't know what they described it as, but we've appropriated that place, and the area still around is a little dicey. There's still a lot of those wild Pokemon running around, and we kind of want to get them out of there.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but you're going to need to do some hard convincing on Sigurd. I've pretty much given up on trying to get him to cooperate because he's simply not going to.
Well, did you explain this is the price to get things done? It's I don't think it's proud work, but we've got to get a foot forward. If we just
He doesn't
sit back, we're
doesn't
going
care.
to end up like abolition, just miserably there and haven't made any progress at all.
He doesn't care. He's too high on his soapbox to come down and lower himself to the realities of the world.
Well, it's something that needs to be done. Otherwise,
Oh, believe me, I know.
we're just going to get constantly attacked.
I know. But listen, between you and me, that bomb, just, I don't want to have it on me. I don't want to risk losing it again, but if I can't help the Expedition Society, they're going to send themselves and the Hallowed Flames over to get themselves all killed on all of the gnolls that are over there. If and Abolition's found out about it because of Sigurd, so Abolition's probably going to want to interfere. So I may come back and ask for that bomb to get rid of that threat over there.
Well, actually, I think this is the best case scenario. They're all
Really?
squabbling. Well, we can, get things done.
She just kind of looks at the ground and thinks for a moment, and she says,
As long as it keeps Loki off the front lines and keeps him from getting killed, alright.
It's just, I'm not mad about the bomb, Sabrina. It's fine.
I know, it's just... I really wanted to help the Expedition Society. I know you're not really on best terms with them, but... I just wanted to help everyone, and I screwed everything up.
Well, if you help us, we're going to solve all this. We're best suited for it. I respect the Expedition Society. If they want to chase after those things, and they've done a pretty good job. They've set up Calder and accommodations for. We're using them right now, but we're gonna have to push forward a little more. And they seem to be resting on their laurels, taxing everyone.
They're not going to be happy if we blow up that gate. They wanted to take it so that they could, well... I shouldn't say anything else. Sigurd telling Abolition about it got us all in this trouble in the first place. I shouldn't say anything else.
That gate is a problem. I'm going to admit it's something we have to tackle as well, and I have to admit we don't really have a suitable plan. I actually say we use the bomb for there.
I'd have to go around Sigurd's back. I'll see if I can get Sib and Aiden alone to see if I can get them on it.
Because I know if the Hallowed Flames got to there, that gives them... They have the center of the continent. And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to regulate it just as much as the Expedition Society did. They're going to control... That's why they probably want it. They want to control who goes through and who comes back.
I don't know so much about that. They only seem to be interested in their holy sites.
Mm-hmm. But if they hold something like that wall, they have a big portion of the continent all to themselves. And do you think they're going to let anyone over? They're going to go straight to the meteor. They're going to go straight to the tower, destroy it. All those resources gone.
On the other hand, if you have it, wouldn't the MDRA do the same thing?
Yes, but you know what our mission is. We intend to use that meteor to get rid of this fire curse and reclaim our arcane secrets that could just solve it with the snap of a finger.
Marie's quiet for a bit, and she.
What are
looks
they gonna do?
salty.
They're just gonna kill more Pokemon and smash the meteors, destroy them, gone. And do they really think they're gonna even destroy all the meteors? Do they even have the resources to find them all? They're running a fool's errand, Sabrina.
Well, Estelle, there are things I agree with you on and things that I somewhat disagree with you on. The tower, I thought about what you said, and it is our birthright just as much as all of these temples are the Hallowed Flame's birthright. I do believe that's ours, and we should take it, but as for the meteor, I'm really on the fence with that. I'm going to be honest. This bomb was made with that meteor, and I almost got all of Calder destroyed with it. And if you get a hold of that meteor, I know you can make good things with it. I know that. Believe me, I do. But just the fact that it could be turned into something this utterly destructive.
Sabrina, any magical weapon or artifact could be used as a weapon, and just because and it depends who's using them. And that's all we need to do. We just need to be a little more careful next time and not let them fall in the wrong hands. And the MDRA I feel, is most suited to deal with things like this. You made a mistake, and it's all right. I told you, it's all right. It worked out in our favor this time.
I'll keep that in mind. But if you do, when you do take this gate, promise me that you'll at least let the Hallowed Flames through, so that they, at least enough of them, so that they can take care of all of their temples on the other side.
Well, I thought the plan is we were gonna blow a hole in it and.
Let everyone through?
Well, I don't. The MDRA are not soldiers. We don't really do that much field work, so we're not going to win a battle against whatever's out there.
All right.
All right. Well, if you want to go to the forest, just tell me. And like I said, I have to go talk to Alabaster, but I'll make sure you're allowed to use that if the Expedition Society is cutting you off. And I understand if you have to work with the other groups.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be happening. In fact, I'll keep that to myself right now, but if it becomes important, I'm sure you'll find out.
Very well. Well, I look forward to seeing you for a fourth time.
Believe me, I feel like there's something I've forgotten, so you may very well be seeing me again today.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye, Sabrina. Oh.
No. I was just going to continue rambling. Take care, Estelle.
Yeah. And if you do reach the 5th circle of magic, feel free to attune it to teleporting to that circle.
All right.
We'll allow it.
Well, hopefully it won't be too much longer. I did pick up a few more 4th circle spells lately. I haven't really come across any spell scrolls that I could put into my book, but I purchased a few that I'm planning to put in, and I've got a 3rd circle spell that I'm planning on to put in as well. So.
Well, if it's spells you want, there's another mission that we could send you on to maybe get that. There is, well, another Maleficent wizard.
Another one, huh?
It's very different. The terms of them leaving is very different from Kleiman. But that's all I'll say unless you're interested in it.
I think we've got a lot on our plate right now. So I'll keep it in mind, but I wouldn't count on it.
Fair enough.
All right. I'll see you later, Estelle.
Yeah. Bye, Sabrina. All right. Is that all you intended on doing?
Probably not, but I've forgotten most of the other things. Let's see. There was the spells. There was the that. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for now.
Okay. Let's cut to Aiden. You were on your way to the forge, right?
Yep. Oh boy.
All right. So you, after going there and going back and going back again, different emotions fluctuating each time. It was maybe panic the first time. It was kind of guilt as you were leaving. Now maybe it's dread as you're going back.
Guilt and dread this time, yes.
Yeah. And you make your way to the dock once again, to the familiar smokestacks of the forge where your father works.
Oh boy. He's gonna walk in and start looking for Gunther.
All right.
Um,
So you see in the main, the waiting area, they're selling, giving away some of the winter gear, the basic one to travelers that just came.
no, there's still
And-
people arriving.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller than it was before. You notice too. Like it was kind of scrunched all together, like some big event before, but now it's kind of just a single file line.
Eh,
But he's not in the front, but you'd imagine since you saw the smokestacks, he's probably in the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna head back there and still dreading this.
Mm-hmm. So he's
So-
he's you go to the back of the forge where you see him in the forge, the large heat trand still there, like heating the coal. There is you see him hammering away at a sword, ching, ching, over the smelter.
So I imagine Gunther's probably going to be able to tell something's wrong given the way that Aiden is. It's very clear he's nervous getting into this. And Dad, is there any chance we could talk?
Yeah, he pulls off the goggles that were over his eyes and puts down the sword. What's the trouble, boy? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
It's why I wanted to talk to you.
He tries badly to briefly lighten the mood, just given everything that's going on.
Actually, this was a question that's been on my mind for a while, but when did you and Mom first evolve?
It's clear he's trying to delay.
Are you? Well, that's a strange question to approach me with. What do you mean? How old we were, or?
Yeah.
Well, I think it was late teens. I did a little later. I think your mother was a bit of an early bloomer.
Right. So, yeah, we've been gone for 2 weeks.
What were you doing? I realize it's quite harsh out there.
How mad would you be if I said we ended up having to go to the ruins?
You went to the ruins?
He just looks down.
And what happened there?
Uh,
The mood kind of changes where he kind of like, he does that kind of adjust thing with his shoulders and he's kind of like staring at you, blinkless.
It was a lot. We had to. It was part of a job that we were going there trying to help out with the mission with two of the factions. It was the Expedition Society and Howled Flames, and we were supposed to kind of go and make sure the Queen didn't show up for this thing because they really didn't want anyone interfering.
And what did I tell you about going there?
Dad,
Nothing good could come from going to a den of scum and villainy. But you made a mistake. And that's what adventuring's about.
But it was a bad mistake.
Yes, it's not going to work out every time. I was fully expecting you to go there. And,
He just stammers for the moment at that.
but I'm guessing you've probably learned your lesson. I was right. How it was a mistake probably going there.
Yes.
And will you go there again? Yes, you will. Whatever you say, you're going to go there.
He just kind of flinches at that. Because he really didn't want to answer.
Listen, Aiden. To tell the truth, it was a bit of a test.
A test? What do you mean it was a test?
To learn you don't need to listen to me or everything.
I don't understand.
You've got to find your own way. Do you understand? You can't just be living under my word for the rest of your life. You gotta go where your adventurous spirit calls you. If that means a town full of no good thieves, well, so be it. Whether you gained or lost through it, well, that's adventure.
I guess you're right.
So I fully expect you to go out there and disobey me some more.
Yeah, he's quiet. He doesn't know how to respond to that.
All I'm saying is, go where your heart tells you to go, Aiden. He picks up the sword once again and just puts the goggles down and begins hammering away some more.
I think after this conversation, Aiden is going to spend a bit more time in the forge and just watch his dad work.
Okay. He notices you and he's like, you want to give me a hand with this? I haven't gotten rusty, have you?
No.
And he invites you over to come help him work on this sword. And through the better part of the day, maybe you regale him with stories of what you've done so far and the people you've met. Well, maybe you're not telling him about some people, but you tell him like what you probably wanted about your journey.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to do in the forge with him or talk to him about?
It was really just that.
Um,
So,
you know
I'm
him well
seeing-
enough too. He's kind of like tricked you into helping him free labor right now. Maybe this is the punishment. But
Yeah.
you kind of walked into it.
Well,
Okay. But as you two work for the better part of the day, we'll go back to Sinbad and Sigurd and Pandora. Are you doing anything different, or should we go to Sabrina?
Good
Um,
question.
Sabrina actually does have one more thing.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to do that then? Let's do that then.
Before
Let's do
you
that
forget.
first.
All
is
right.
she going back to Estelle?
So
Yeah,
go-
so Estelle shuts the door, Bree immediately turns back around and knocks on it again.
Oh my gosh.
she kind of like,
It's been a hard day, Estelle, but I think you're gonna like this. I found out something about the meteor.
come in.
Right, sorry.
She comes in.
Yeah, and then she puts up the familiar ward and okay, what is it you wanted to tell me?
Okay, so I was actually experimenting with the few of the meteorite shards that we managed to pick up, and I think I came up with a discovery that's going to be really useful for you at the very least. So
She takes out her failed attempt to make the meteorite compass that points to other meteorites, and she says,
I tried to make. I found out that these meteorites, at least the fragments of them, if you try to make a compass out of them, they point to other fragments of the meteorite. I tried to make a prototype of my own that would keep the water warm so that it would be able to point to other meteorites, but as you can see, it didn't work. But if you want to use this prototype to refine it maybe and make a properly functioning one that could make it easier to find more of these meteorite fragments, then by all means go ahead.
She kind of looks at it. It's like amazed, like, oh, that's such a quaint solution. I totally understand why Waffles couldn't find anything. Oh, I think Argon is going to going to find breakthroughs with this. This is good. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, the illusionists. Oh, will they? Yeah, Sabrina. Yeah, yes. There's a theory that I want to check now. Yes,
She
yes.
just kinda
We'll apply
smiles.
this.
All right. Do you need the? Well, you can keep the prototype. Well, actually, I still need the prototype. It is still my lantern. But if you want to keep it for the rest of the day to make some schematics of it to start with, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's just we never thought of such a simple solution. We most of the other academy members were well, they use drastic experiments on it, and it resulted in a lot of volatile explosions. And well, yes, this is quite a breakthrough. This might help us actually find them better.
All right. I'll be back at dusk to pick it back up then.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Hopefully, I won't bother you again until then.
Yeah.
She shows up for a fifth time.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. This is really good news.
All right. Well, I'm glad I was able to at least do something right today.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you this evening.
Yeah.
Bye, Estelle.
Thanks again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And where are you headed after this?
She's probably going to go back to our cabin and start working on getting spells into her spell book.
Okay. So you walk in just as we left off Sigurd and Sinbad in that conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So you walk in the room and you kind of see there was a discussion between the three of these others.
All right. She just kind of looks at them as she walks in and says,
Did I miss anything important?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Where's Aiden?
He's
He's
speaking
getting
with his
grounded.
father.
Oh, well, that's pleasant.
It's okay. I don't think Gunther can banish him.
I was thinking it.
Did your discussion go well?
Yes, Estelle does have a way to get us across um, the wall, so she'll let us use
Okay.
it, but we're gonna have to clean out some of the ferals that are in the forest. Yes, Sigurd, I know you don't want to do it, but
Clean out as in kill or drive off?
I'm
'Cause I'm,
indifferent, honestly.
It
'cause
could
I'm
be.
perfectly fine with the latter.
I don't know. Those things are real territorial. It was one thing before for us to try to negotiate with them of, oh, we don't want it. We just want to pass through. We don't infringe on your territory. It's another to go up to them and be like, your territory is mine.
He has a point.
Well, they're territorial. That just means we have to contest them on it.
They like to
If
contest
we
with
prove
death.
that they might want to kill us, but that doesn't mean we have to. We can just drive them off. Once they're knocked out, we can at least try to make sure they don't come back. Maybe observe
I
them,
don't
see if
think
they
that's
have any
going.
indicators of their, like, of how they mark territory. We could try and emulate that.
What if they come back, though?
That's the main problem.
I don't think that the MDRA would appreciate that.
Well, if they come back, that's not exactly our problem, is it?
Who's the
They tell us,
MDRA?
clear out the ferals to use it, and then you're like, but we won't, haha.
Who's the MDRA? They're the ones selling the potions and magic items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know they had a group beyond that here.
They're some large guild of magi, probably related to whatever that tower is.
Oh, yeah. I knew those mages. Well, I know about them.
What do you know about them?
Well, you see, back where I was from, the world was like kind of segregated, but each of the kingdoms had mage towers that were all connected, and they weren't segregated. They had like the best mages from all of the kingdoms all joined up in those towers.
So a fast travel point, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know anything else about it? Anything interesting? What's there?
What's in there? Well, they were pretty secretive, but they they um they were kind of like the Great Worms, really. They were supposed to be a neutral party to everyone.
Let me guess, and then Nero came along and ruined all of that.
I've heard that name, and I was wagering he was probably one of them because let's just say they had a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they thought they were capable of being more powerful than the legendary deities, and even us. So there may be a little bit of animosity between them and us.
Well,
To be fair, that might be why he's doing these jinxes on you guys.
Well, that's why we're gonna janitor him up.
janitor.
Yeah, clean up the mess if this Nero individual has the Ring of Winter and is using it for untold things, then he needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, I mean, once we get all of the dragons, we should have enough firepower to figure out how to deal with them. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but he has succeeded in killing a few of the legendaries.
Well,
At least 3.
Even if
because he owns 3 planes to himself.
he owns them?
Yes, he has cloning facilities in them and everything. If we kill him here, he'll come back there.
Well, that needs to be looked to, I guess, too. But, well, the Great Worm's jurisdiction doesn't go to other planes. So I'm afraid we can't intervene.
Well, I need to find one of his other facilities anyway. If he's got another clone there, hopefully Sid won't destroy it this time.
You
But-
want him to come back?
Why
No,
would you
I
not
want-
want it destroyed?
Because I want to study it. This clone is like an 8th circle spell. You don't see those sorts of things everywhere.
You can't just study it. The spell has already been cast.
Well, I mean, I can see what sort of materials he used. I can see how he set them up. I mean, you saw everything he had in that room.
Yeah, it's like when you put a pickle in a jar.
But once you find the other 4 Great Worms, we still need to get our power back, and there's one way to do that. It's the Dragon Rite.
Down in the south east end of the continent.
Yeah, I think it's related to those the Jotun, if I remember correctly. But it's a ceremony that can be conducted once every 1,000 years. It's funny how those things always turn out to be a nice round 1,000, isn't it?
It does seem to be a recurring theme.
Yeah.
No, I like how it always seems to be. It's every 1,000 years, and the deadline was yesterday.
Yeah. But it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. It's a ceremony, and well, it has.
When
to
was
be...
the last time it was conducted?
Never.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
Yep. But the point is, it's, well, just because we conduct it doesn't mean it'll work.
What exactly needs to be done?
Well, the Great Worms duel until we're powerful enough. And it's a duel to the death. Of course, not for us. It's just we get more powerful each time we power up, for lack of a better word.
So like a power boost every time you get really close to death, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be honored if you guys were to duel against us. I mean, you seem pretty good at killing dragons. I mean, we need someone that's really good. Because I don't want to just, enter the ceremony and just kill someone right off the bat. Then I'll be stuck like this for 1,000 years.
Well, we're not immortal. We don't come back when we die.
Well,
Unless I get, a clone spell working.
And she looks at Sinbad.
Well,
I mean, will we even be remotely near that circle by then? Besides, we just sacrificed Nero,
And that dragon right, or you fighting to near death, that has to be done specifically there?
Yes. It's a ceremony. It requires some incantations and all 5 of the Great Worms to be present and oversee it. And there's rules. I should probably fill you in once we actually get close to doing something like that.
I mean, so they have to have a fight with you, and you have to win for this to work.
Well, we
If
fight.
I win, I mean kill them.
We fight a warriors, and we fight to the death. You're allowed to concede. So I'd have to fight if theoretically, if hypothetically we were going mano a mano or mano cinco. You with that little contraption of yours, right? I'd have to try and kill you, and you try and kill me. But if you feel like I'm gonna kill you, you could just say, I give up. Dragon Rite ends. I'm as powerful as you made me.
And just so that we're on the same page, you want us to kill you. Is there like something special about this dragonite area that would keep you alive?
Yes, yes. If you were to kill me as I am now, I just get more powerful immediately after. And then if you killed me again, I get even more powerful.
I see.
And you might be able to restore me to a great worm.
Well, that's violent but
Well-
interesting.
Yeah, but it can only be done there. If you kill me right now, I just die.
Good to know.
So don't get any ideas.
Yeah, we should make a house
I-
over there instead.
Wasn't
I-
planning on it.
Well, I thought
We
you were
might-
just planning on like jumping me right now and trying to kill me.
No. This being considered, we might want to consider just leaving the ward on the door so that no one can, scry on Pandora to try to find her.
Oh,
Unless she's safe here.
I can see if someone's scrying on me.
Alright.
Wait. So you could see we were being scried on this whole time?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it.
Is it like a 24/7 thing, or do we just have
No,
really bad...
It popped up during that battle we were having with those ice guys. It was above you. Points to Sabrina.
Great.
All right. So the MDR already know about that.
I'm
Well,
guessing
not-
that it's probably climbing.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. He's not exactly part of them anymore.
That's a guess anyway. It could have been anyone. It could have even been Nero watching.
Yeah, if you use those totally cool looking spectacles, maybe you can see it if they put it up.
Sinbad kind of like shakes his head.
Really
If
good.
Nero was gonna scry, he'd do it through me. I'm basically a touch component to him.
Oh, speaking of components, I've got some dried carrots that I need to throw in your eyes sometime today.
What?
So, yeah.
What?
She takes out the dark vision scroll and says,
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this into my spell book so that I can make copies of it. But I need someone to experiment on to make it easier.
I volunteer Sigurd's eyes.
Sigurd's not as magical as you are, though. And I'm not gonna lie, it'd just be more fun to throw dried carrots in your eyes. I mean, I also have this agate here that I could try to jam into your eye socket if you want, but I think the carrot would be less permanent.
I kind of want to watch this.
Well, I mean, I was
I-
planning to do it in here anyway, so you've got
Yeah.
Can I volunteer Aiden? He's got a little magic, and he's also a grass type. So carrots are like part of him, right?
Well, see, here's the problem, Sinbad. I need this to be generally applicable to anyone who wants to use it, and if I use it on a grass type, just him being a grass type is going to introduce a physiological bias to the situation.
So this is what went on in those towers? It was just a bunch of Pokemon throwing carrots in each other's eyes?
Well, I mean, sometimes.
Oh.
Hang on.
she takes out,
Let's see. Let's see. I've got some talk that I could throw in his eyes. There's a little bit of powdered silver here, but I think that might be a little bit too abrasive. It might destroy his corneas. Let's see. What's the other thing? I could drop some dust on him and then sprinkle him with water. That works too.
See, science is kind of boring, but I like it when there's the reactions to stuff. That's actually kind of interesting.
Oh,
Like
well, then you'll like the one where I sprinkle dust on him and drop water on him, then, because there's going to be this big old snowstorm that comes down on him, if I'm right.
Ah, yeah, that actually gives me some ideas. So yeah, count me in for watching.
Okay, so let's do this one. It's going to take about, I think, 6 hours, so we should probably get started now.
I didn't tell you
she
about
just kind of grabs him by one of his tails and starts dragging him outside.
Sigurd is gonna pull out his journal.
All right. Do you guys plan on doing anything after all this is done, or is that a kind of a good place to end, or you decide all the smorgasbord of things to do?
Getting the spells in the spell book, and then there's something else Sabrina wants to do, but that needs to be done after session. So
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else on Sabrina's side until I remember it immediately after we stop.
Yeah. Aiden, I'll let you get back to them in like the middle of the night. But
Okay.
but you come back to like these horrible these horrible experiments being done on Sinbad involving
Oh my
carrots
gosh.
and chalk and agates.
Uh,
Sinbad might just be like, I'm sure that the custodian closet is looking real good for rent right now. He's probably with his like orange crap all over his face.
This is not what I was expecting to come back to.
It's arcane science. Don't worry about it.
I think I'll stick with regular science.
I mean, someone's got to do it.
You can make
Oh,
Sigurd your victim.
um,
Or Sabrina. You can go full circle.
I don't have anything I need to experiment on other Pokemon.
Well, that means you're not trying hard enough.
What do you mean I'm supposed to?
Yeah. You need a test subject. It makes things so much easier.
Oh, by the way, how did it go? Did you get in trouble?
Huh?
Oh, I mean the kid.
Not as bad as I was expecting, but he talks a lot.
All day? Or did he banish you?
Yeah, no, he just kind of ended up doing work at the forge. So I helped him for a bit, which I think was kind of part of punishment, but we talked and apparently he expected me to disobey him.
Ah, yes, the reverse psychology. Don't do this, and then they do it. Wait, but he grounded you anyway?
No,
But you said that it was like payment to work at the forge all day or something?
I think it was just kind of realizing I could end up helping him because we ended up talking about where I'd been for, the last 2 weeks and then some.
I want you to all do an insight check.
Oh, man. Am I getting
everyone?
Yeah.
conjuration out of here?
Everyone.
Yeah, this is the first roll of the session.
Yeah. Maybe you
Ready
should
to
use that inspiration.
Yeah, okay, huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna just burn my luck while I can.
11.
Insight.
23.
Wow, luck sucks.
I might as well just try it, so.
Yo, you should give me the No. You rolled the
It's
same.
actually better, so it's a
Oh, that's
19.
better. That is better.
Yeah, that
I
would be
got
nice.
10.
So, as you're explaining this, Aiden, and you notice too, Quill, as you're telling about your day with your father, you look over to Pandora, and there's kind of like this kind of mask kind of breaks for a second, and there's kind of this forlorn kind of look for her that you see for a brief second.
Huh.
What? Did I say something?
No. Just hope you didn't get grounded. You know, you need to go kill some dragons.
I didn't hear anything weird, Aiden.
Kind of looks over, then back at Pandora.
I wouldn't know the best way to try to explain what he saw, nor would he. I mean, Sabrina also saw, so I don't know if she's going to comment. But
She's acting like she hasn't noticed anything.
Something wrong?
Probably not.
If there's something wrong, Bree, I think I need my eyes.
Yeah,
Oh,
show some more carrots in his eyes. It was entertaining.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
And she just kind of chucks like a big powdery cloud of carrot dust into his eyes.
I thought that was like already happening, just like this entire time.
Well, there was a brief pause, but because of Aiden showing up, but you're
I see.
I don't think that's how carrots work.
Was this long enough to see if the spell scroll actually gets into her spell book? Probably not, but it'd just be funny if if she's all like, "Eureka! I did it!"
Oh my gosh.
Level 2 spell.
Oh boy.
Need 2 hours per slot. Oh, okay. So yeah. So you'd need 100 gold to put it in there.
All right, yeah, she can do that.
And it would have taken 4 hours since it's not abjuration, so. Or is it abjuration?
No,
it's divination.
Yeah. So,
They're like
Wait.
it's transmutation.
okay. Yeah, then it takes
Why?
4 hours.
What do you mean? Night vision being transmutation? I mean, that makes sense. You're changing your eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but like, true sight's divination, I think.
As Sigurd debates this, yeah, you finally get it in after 4 hours.
Okay. Don't I have to roll a thing?
Oh, right. Yeah, you have to roll too.
Okay. Do I get advantage for using Sinbad as a test dummy?
I mean, or is he just helping you?
I guess. Are you proficient in Arcana, Sinbad?
Yeah.
Yeah, then go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a plus 10 to the 19. So
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
she's like, I got it.
Eureka! Suddenly, Sinbad, like, you somehow. I guess there wouldn't really. Maybe there's torchlight in here somehow. When you.
All the shadows vanish.
Yeah.
someone forgot to put in the lighting engine.
I was about to say, you've just gone full bright.
Yeah, you feel like you've eaten your carrots, Sinbad, and you can you feel like you could see well in the dark, maybe for 8 hours even.
Okay, so you should be able to see perfectly well all night. And so do you want to get Sleet Storm next, or do you want to get Sea Invisibility? I kind of want to go with Sleet Storm since it's a higher level, and it's going to cost more.
Want it take you all night to do that?
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be sleeping tonight anyway.
But I have to sleep tonight.
Well, I mean, you can just sleep out here. I'll sprinkle dust and water on you every once in a while. You'll hardly even notice.
Wait, out here? Are you going to be on the snow for that, or do you mean in here?
Well, yeah, you don't want a sleet storm in here. Anyone?
I feel like that is hazardous to our health.
I kind of want to sleep.
As do I.
Fine. Maybe once we get Orthornatrix. Oh,
And if
once
we're
we
gonna be
find-
driving off a bunch of wild Pokemon, what is it, tomorrow? Or we should get some rest.
Yeah, I guess getting Sleet Storm in would be better once we have Orthornatrix around. He'd probably be more willing to help me out with it since he likes cold and all that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hit the hay. You see, like, the Pikachu kind of, like, go into the gold.
It just burrows her way
Yeah.
into.
Mm.
Just Scrooge McDucks it.
You know, I love the sound of the frogs in the background that are
Yeah,
probably
it's very ambient.
The frogs is great. No, it's great. I love the frogs.
Is there anything you wish to do before you go to bed?
I feel like there's something we need to do but are forgetting.
Did you need to get sending? Or did you grab that?
Oh, it would take 6 weeks for her to make a sending scroll.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
I'm pretty.
Wait, was it? No, it wasn't 6 weeks. It was a week. We'll figure it out later.
But
Yeah.
probably like a week,
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
a little bit.
Okay. Well, if oh, were you doing something?
No.
Okay. Well,
Well,
I'm gonna say.
as he kind of mentions the driving off thing goes, and we're driving them off, correct,
I make no guarantees.
Sabrina?
Sigurd,
We just came to the realization that these might not just be that these might be Pokemon who are in a similar situation to Pandora.
exactly.
Which means killing
We-
them would
Free
rescue
them.
them?
Maybe, but this is also. He kind of looks back at Pandora. Are they inside now?
yeah, she went inside like the gold.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, once we go back inside, like, this
We're
isn't
going back.
near.
She holds up her paws.
We're not talking about this out here in an insecure location. We need to go inside.
Okay. Yeah, so we go inside and shut the door.
I thought we were inside.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, we are. Okay, well, we are
We
now.
are
but-
inside. Okay.
Yeah, he kind of shuts the door behind him. Is all that he does, and but
Ward.
this is, yeah, wards up already. Like Pandora's like a nigh immortal being at her full power at least. Again, like they might be in a similar situation, or they might just be corrupted, and killing them would just do away with them forever. And do you want to risk that?
Quite frankly, Sigurd, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to take care of this fire curse.
To be fair, if the Hallowed Flames destroys the meteorite, they might all die anyway.
And what's to say that
Perhaps.
if they're corrupted, what would even uncorrupt them, cleanse them, purify?
I mean, like I said, we don't know, but if there's a chance that these are these are still Pokemon, and if there's a chance that they are corrupted in a similar manner, that's even more of reason to, like, well, be careful around them, make sure they keep them safe.
Marie's kind of gritting her teeth as he says this, and she says,
Sigurd, what sort of dreamland do you live in?
Dreamland?
Yes, dreamland, Sigurd. A dreamland where you can just talk everything out and everything works out wonderfully, because I don't think you seem to have noticed, but nothing ever seems to work out well when you try to simply talk things out.
I'm not saying we need to talk things out. I'm just saying that we don't need to utilize violent tendencies when there are other just easily as usable.
It is inefficient, Sigurd. They could just-
Inefficient.
Yes, inefficient.
That's it. That's it. It's inefficient.
Yes.
It's harder. It's not as easy. It's inconvenient for you that these Pokemon remain living just because they oppose you. That's it?
Yes,
It'd
Sigurd.
be easier for you to just do away with them, kill them. That's it?
Yes. What part of that
Really?
don't you understand?
That's really all you feel about this situation?
Well, these are
About lives? These are lives that we're talking about right here. That you're just willing to do away with just because it's convenient for you.
and how many more lives are
What
going
kind
to be how many more lives are going to be lost if we aren't able to stop this? We need to be stopping this as soon as possible, and if we have to get rid of a few feral Pokemon in the process, then so be it.
I'm not saying that we. I'm not saying that we. That death won't happen, but I'm saying that death is not the only option.
But
We don't have to kill these Pokemon. If driving them out would do just as good. If just because killing them would be a little bit faster, ending a life
no,
would
it's
be a
not.
little bit faster.
It's not that it would be a little bit faster, it's that it prevents the problem from coming back.
I was about to say, with how the ferals are territorial and
And we can push them out of their territory. That just because they.
but then they end up in another spot, which if they happen to be all grouped up, that's more Pokemon probably going to end up dying.
Yeah, they might just kill each other then.
Really?
I mean, if we're going by the whole, they're just as good as we are. We're effectively going into their homes and then throwing them out of their homes into other people's homes who don't like them very much.
So you think you should just kill them instead? You think we should just go into their home and kill them instead? Really?
I mean, it's either that or we send them into someone else's home who kills them in a much more horrible way.
Oh my. What is...
Sorry, by the way, Pandora.
Yeah, could you guys plan, like, tomorrow morning or something? This is planning, right? I just remember...
No, it's just arguing. No one's going to get anywhere, so there's really no point in us doing it at all.
Yeah, I can't tell the difference. If you want my opinion, you should just get them out of the way.
Yeah, we can just drive them away.
But if that means, well, exterminating them, so be it.
Well, Sigurd, I'll say this. You do you. But, if you see a few magic missiles going through heads after you've downed someone, well, let's just say you already knew that.
Sigurd! See... Really? Just... He just kind of like... He cracks his knuckles at that, actually. He kind of... And just stares her down.
She just kind of looks up at him and she says, I was never intimidated by you before. Why would I be intimidated by you now? And in the silence, she just goes back to her studies.
He's gonna pick her up.
Alright. She's just kind of looking him in the eyes. And she's going to Misty Step out of his grasp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Listen to me, Sabrina.
I'm listening.
What you're doing is no better than what the Hallowed Flames is doing. You're playing with lives as if they're pawns on a chessboard.
It's not quite the same. I will say there are some strong similarities, but I'm only getting rid of the ones that need to be gotten rid of. In order for us
None
to
of them need to be getting rid of.
In order to complete our objective. The Hallowed Flames plan on, like you say, a complete genocide. I'm not about that. I just want to get rid of what I need to get rid of in order to get the job done.
Okay.
Once it's done, then I will stop eliminating ferals.
We don't
That-
need to eliminate them while we're doing this, unless it's a life or death situation. Like I said, we can drive them out without killing them.
But
And
And maybe they'll come back, but that's a problem for another day.
But then it becomes a life or death situation for someone else.
the MDRA are not fighters, they're scholars. You know that. We met Estelle. If they come back, they die. And I mean the MDRA.
If I may chime in, since you've already interrupted my sleep so much, where do you expect this is going to get you, Sigurd?
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care.
Because it sounds like you're just standing in the same place forever. And there's some things I agree with, what the know-it-all is saying, and some things I don't. But I realize I am a person, a dragon of action, and sometimes you need to do what to get the job done for the greater good.
Well, I suppose I'm more one of reaction, and
Well,
to be frank,
if you're going to be one of reaction, you've just subscribed yourself to always being on the back foot. And that's why you'll never get rid of your queen problem. But every time I'm
Look.
going back, please try to keep it down.
he kind of looks at her as she probably like plops back down into the sinks back down into the gold.
Yeah, it's like the Homer Simpson
just-
bush thing.
Yeah. He just looks back at Sabrina's.
I need to get
Look.
a sleep spell in this thing.
Look, all I'm here to do is protect as many lives as I can.
So am I. It's just that all of those lives are on the other continents.
That doesn't mean that you have to kill whatever you come across on this continent, too.
What do you mean two? I'm not
Or
killing anything.
not two. That doesn't mean you just have to go kill whatever you've come across on whatever comes into your way on this continent.
I disagree, to some extent. There are going to be some battles that we're going to run into, like when we're traveling from one place to another, where we will not need to kill the ferals that are attacking us. I can agree with that. But if we're going to be setting up a permanent base inside the forest, we need to permanently eliminate the problem. Now, I think we're all going to have a hard time sleeping tonight, so we should probably get to that as soon as possible.
Well, then, if you feel like that's what you need to do to deal with that problem, then I'm just not going to participate.
All right.
If that's the only option you can see going forward, then count me out.
Honestly, it's probably easiest that way.
All right, then.
She just kind of turns her back to him and rolls up into a little finikin ball and starts trying to go to sleep.
All right. And right on the dot, that's where we'll end it for tonight. Whew.
All right.
All right. This is another session. I just went in with no notes at all. I forgot to give this out at the beginning, too. But Aiden wins the luck point for really close with Sinbad. But I'm guessing it was for taking initiative and trying to break in the Expedition Society. Wasn't to any avail, but you tried.
Okay then.
Yeah. So mark 1 luck point. Anyway, after these cool down sessions, and I say that very loosely, we're probably gonna get right back into action. Maybe splitting the party. I don't know.
Splitting the party ?
We'll see what happens next time. All right. The cauldron did not blow up, but so our campaign continues. So we'll see you next Wednesday. Stay safe. Love everyone.
Alrighty.
Whatever, just vaguely positive affirmation I can give you. Goodbye.